are again, ladies and gentlemen, back in action with the 1987 Supermod. I'm Brad Drake, and this is my AWA save. Let's go ahead and get our venue set for this evening. We are going to be in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. We're looking at a potential of 13,334 fans. So let's set ourselves up to 5,000 here and see what we can get in Nevada. All right. There's the Showboat, but we'll only get 5,500 fans. But that's going to be our biggest. So we're going to go ahead and run the Showboat. Yes, we're giving up a lot of seats, but hey, at least we know it's a sellout, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at our backstage incidents. There are none. Let's see who's absent. And of course, Mr. Saito is. He's working for New Japan this evening. And now, let's go ahead and let's give our card a rundown. In the opener, Candi Devine is going to face Wendi Richter. The Nasty Boys are going to face the Top Guns. The Terrorist is going to get the shit kicked out of him by Scott Steiner. Steve Olsonoski will face the returned Kevin Kelly. Doug Summers is going to challenge Greg Gagne for that World Television title. Bobby Duncum and Nick Bockwinkel are going to lock horns, and these two have had a ferocious feud so far. In the semi-main, Bad Company is going to meet the Guerrero brothers. And in our main event, and a big main event it is, LARRY ZYBSZKO is going to face Jerry the King Lawler. You know what time it is. Let's get to booking. And look at that. I forgot the opener already. All right. Devine versus Richter. As I've pointed out to some of you before, I record weeks in advance. And in all honesty, in the last week, I have not played this save or done any recordings. So I am a little raw and a little rough in my recollection of matches and feuds and stuff like that. All right, Wendi Richter won the last time, so Candi Devine, rest her soul, is going to get the win here. And that one is booked. Next, we have the Top Guns, and they are facing the Nasties. Here's the Nasty Boys. There is the Top Guns. And I ended up releasing... Oh, see, I screwed that up. I ended up releasing the Supermod a week early. So, of course, you are listening to this in mid-July. And it was supposed to be released the 4th of July. But I ended up releasing the mod early. And there have been rave reviews about version 8. People really enjoy getting the opportunity to play the new territories. And they enjoy all the new workers available in the game. So it has been a smashing success. And for those of you that don't know, you also can play version 8. Go to braddrake.net/supermod. And while you're there at braddrake.net, you can also click on book, and you could purchase my book if you'd like. All right, the Top Guns are going to get the win here. Ricky Rice is going to get the win for his team. And next, we have the Terrorist, who of course is going to lose to Scott Steiner. The Terrorist was Stormy Granzig, who was a big dude, big bodybuilder, former WWA World Heavyweight Champion. And I wouldn't call him horrible, but he was definitely very far from being good, if that makes sense. All right, Scott Steiner is going to get the win. He also carried around a little bit of an attitude problem, apparently. Next, we have Olsonoski and Kelly. And that's kind of the rundown on Stormy Granzig. He's also got an awful name. Who goes by Stormy? I've heard that for like little girls for their names. But for a grown man, Stormy? You know, why didn't he just go by like Thunder? He could have been Thundery Granzig. I think that would have been a good name for him. All right, Kevin Kelly. My mind's drifting here, everybody. Let's see who won the last one. And Olsonoski won the last time. So Kevin Kelly is going to get the win. Kevin Kelly was good at this point in his career. Big dude. Really good shape. All right, Summers and Gagne. We're going to go 14 here. These two have been tearing it up around the circuit. It's a very good feud. There's Doug Summers, and where is Greggy? Greggy, where are you? Greggy! There he is. There's Greg Gagne. And here is the world television title. You think Vern ever said that to him? Greggy! Where are you, Greggy? It's possible, right? All right. Gagne got the win the last time. So Dougie is going to get the win here. And this is many years before anybody could do the Dougie. So Doug Summers is going to win by countout. And as we discussed last episode, he is going to celebrate and demand that he be given the title. But it's not going to happen. All right. Duncum and Bockwinkel. Some of you may not be old enough to remember, but Bobby Duncum Jr. made his way into WCW in the late 90s. And he had some success in Japan, and I thought the world of him. He was a big dude. He wasn't... Bobby Duncum Sr. was he was a really heavy guy. Bobby Duncum Jr. was actually in really good shape. He was like the same height as his dad, but probably 30 pounds lighter. And I really liked him. I thought he was a really good wrestler. And he had this feud going with Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho had this guy by the name of Ralphus at the time that was acting as his security. Dude was overweight, missing teeth. It was hilarious. He was like a road crew guy. And he was Jericho Personal Security, JPS. And like Bobby Duncum captured Ralphus and he hog-tied him. You know, and then... he had this awesome feud with Chris Jericho. And then I remember Chris Jericho, whenever he would talk about Bobby Duncum Jr. in a promo, he would go, Bobby Duncum, Bobby Duncum, and make fun of him. And it was very, very funny. Anyway, if you get the chance to look it up, and unfortunately, Bobby Duncum passed away. I don't know if it was a drug overdose or if it was just a freak accident, but... he passed away, and it was a shame. He had a lot of potential. He was good. All right, Nick Bockwinkel gets the win here. And next, we have Bad Company and the Guerrero brothers. We're going to leave it open-ended, but I think we all know who's going to win this one, especially being in the Southwest region. All right, there's Bad Company, and it's okay if Bad Company loses. They're getting a lot of experience. So there is Bad Company, and there is Los Guerreros. And that one is booked. And of course, our big main event now, which is Zbyszko versus Lawler. These two have been tearing the house down. It's an excellent feud. Not a fuse, but a feud. There's Larry Zybszko, and there is the King. And let's see who's due here for a win. Something tells me it's Zbyszko's turn. And I was wrong. Jerry Lawler is going to get the win here. It's going to be an epic. And there we go, our usual 2 hours and 22 minutes. And let's go ahead and rock and roll here. All right, no red text of doom. 58 overall. Candi Devine gets the win. Very nice ladies match. Look at this. The Top Guns and the Nasties get a 61. And the Top Guns take this win. Of course, Scott Steiner is going to get the win with that Northern Lights suplex hold. Remember before they had his finisher as the Frankensteiner. It's just too early. Scott Steiner wasn't using the Frankensteiner yet. All right, Kevin Kelly beats Olsonoski with that sleeper. Hey, cool. Kevin Kelly debuted a new spot. Excellent. Greggy loses to Doug Summers. These two surprisingly only get a 78. They've been scoring in the 80s. But again, it's the Southwest region, so that's okay. How the hell does Bockwinkel and Duncum only get a 79? Boy, I would have figured this one would have gotten in the 80s. And why is Bockwinkel using a pile driver? What the hell's going on here? We're going to make a note of that right now. Next, here goes the Guerrero brothers. And the Guerrero brothers, of course, get the win. We only get a 77 overall. 95, 84, 51, 41. Only gets a 77. Okay. Let's see how our main does. Main event gets an 86 overall. Somehow, with these two who are super over, an 89 and an 87 somehow nets an 86. Again, I can't explain this stuff, folks. I don't know why TEW does this to us, but they do. And it's just inexplainable. All right. No takeaways on this one either. Let's see how we do overall. We get an 83 overall, and it does help us improve in the region. And we're going to point out LARRY ZYBSZKO. We're going to point out Jerry Lawler. And we are also going to point out Wendi Richter. She did a good job. We're going to give Wendi a hug. And we're going to great performance, Zbyszko and Lawler. So we're making that speech. Larry's pleased. Lawler's pleased. Richter is pleased. All right, so that's going to do it for tour date number 30. We're moving on to tour date 31. And of course, we're going a long ways north and east. We're heading back to Winnipeg. That's then going to put us heading right back towards our home base of the Twin Cities. All right, I want to take a look at this right away because this is bothering me. We've seen some strange things happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Bockwinkel's moveset has been bumped. And it hasn't. Apparently he did use the pile driver. He just hasn't done it for us at all. He's always used the Oriental Sleeper. Okay, let's see what our incoming is here. John Paul is now living in New England, because that makes sense when you're working completely in the Midwest and Great Lakes. All right, Championship Wrestling on ESPN, which is also shown on TSN across Canada, gets 1.9 million viewers. It's a nice score for an afternoon show. And Major League Wrestling gets us 536,000 viewers across Canada. Very nice. Good stuff. Dirty Dan Denton has won the Canadian Junior Heavyweight title. Good for him. Congratulations, Dirty Dan. We're all very happy and proud of you. What's the new match of the year? The Hart Foundation against the new Dream Team. 5-star match, Terry Funk and Mil Mascaras. And you know that Mil Mascaras was not going to take that L. All right, hey, the Champion Carnival has started. Cool. And there was a Saturday night's main event. Randy Savage over Ken Patera in the main event. Boy, these shows suck. That's one nice thing about 8.0 is it's pretty darn good. There's the big score there. Oh, here's the Champion Carnival. Of course, it's all singles matches. There you go, Funk over Mascaras. No way Mascaras would have lost clean. Tenru over Sasaki, 96. Nice score. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for us for this episode. If you would like version 8 of the Supermod, go to braddrake.net/supermod. You can find all the details you need right there. And while you're there, why not click on that book button and look into purchasing my book, Bob, Afghanistan, and Me. Also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share this video with your friends. And last but not least, everybody, you can join in conversation with the rest of us that are Supermod fans at facebook.com/groups/1987Supermod. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you next time.